Who's heard of internet marketing? You guys, who's heard of like going on Facebook and building your list and SEO and having your website? And that stuff is really awesome. But ultimately, when we do business, we usually end up like actually talking to one another. Unless you're selling, just goods and products. But even for you who sells like, supplements or whatnot or essential oils, it's not just about like the oil, it's about the relationship that you have. So whenever we consider what we have as a relationship business, one of the best ways is actually to interact and meet people, because they may buy something from you because of what it does or how cool it is. Like I might buy this pen because it's this beautiful shade of brown. But I don't necessarily keep buying that just because of the pen. And especially, with our different opportunities that we have, people don't necessarily just stay with your company because of the product. It's because of the company. It's because of who you gotta have a great product, don't get me wrong. But they don't stay with you because guess what? A product can change. There's gonna be a new kind of cool watch that comes out, and it might not be from Apple, who knows? But people don't stay with Apple just because they have the best stuff. Apple's technology is actually a few years behind Samsung's or Google's or whoever's. But they stay with them because of the relationship that they have. I just read on Facebook that someone, you go to the Apple store, that he broke his phone, his watch, he dropped it and the screen cracked. And they fixed it for him at a discounted rate. They could have said, no sir, the policy is you gotta pay $269 to fix the screen for a $350 watch. They did it for him for $69. They said, let me take care of you, we'll just backdate the warranty or whatever it is. So we want to get with people and develop a relationship with them right away. That's why they're gonna stay with your company. And so we're just gonna go over some logistics, but my question is this, in fact, you can write this down and we'll take a couple shares too. Why did you get into the business that you're in right now and that you're gonna be exhibiting at Opportunity Hall? I'd write that down because this is gonna be important, because this is gonna be perhaps the reason why anyone who speaks with you does the same thing. Oh, out loud or?
No,
oh, okay. I was like,
unless you want to read it out loud.
No, I'll take a look at it right now. I like this. I like this a lot, and I'm going to give a little, at least my personal view on it. Okay. I think the content is fantastic. Hold on one second. So, who'd like to share? So, would anyone like to share why you're in the business you're in right now? We'll just have one person share right now. Don't worry, you all get to talk on camera in a second. You want to talk about yours? What business are you in?
Young Living, essential oils.
And what does that mean?
I'm a distributor, and we have all different kinds of products. We have not only essential oils, but we have products made with essential oils.
Can I give some coaching on that?
Mm-hmm.
That means nothing to me.
It means nothing to me. Okay.
And thank you very much for playing, because I just want to point something out. This can be for everyone, and it was for me too. I don't know what that means. A lot of companies, in fact, like my company, I was part of again, I'm going to keep going back to the whole karate thing because it's what I know. I'm part of the association I was part of. It's called the American Taekwondo Association, which is the largest martial arts organization in the United States. And actually worldwide. It has over 1,500 schools. And we have a really great curriculum called the Songam curriculum, which is developed by Grandmaster Hang Ung Lee back in 1984. He went up to Songam Mountain and presented it to there were like 200 martial artists there. Mm-hmm. And he presented, and it's one of the best curriculum ever.
Okay.
You guys ready to sign up? Do you guys even know what that meant? No, you don't. You don't yet, because you're not there yet.
Right.
Now, again, this might sound a little contrary to what I said a few minutes ago, which is people will stay for the company, but they don't come in necessarily because the company, because they don't know it. They don't know what you're all about. They don't know about how awesome you are yet. What they do come for is something. So let's do it. So again, I asked you a question. I said, what business are you in? And you said a couple of things. You said, is it Young Living? So Young Living, essential oils, and then I'm a distributor. So we have this phrase, I am, which is really, really powerful in many ways when we talk about in coaching identity and whatnot. here's the problem with that. Well, I won't say the problem, but the consequence of that. This has nothing to do with the person you're talking to. So let's shape that a little bit. So we're going to come back to you in a second. Thank you. Instead of saying I am, like I am a distributor for the largest telecommunication firm, I don't know. I am a coach. I am an independent business owner. How about this? Let's replace this with one thing. I help. Take what you do, who you are, whatever it is, and let's frame it in a different way to I help. Because when we talk to these people that are looking for an opportunity, they don't necessarily just want to be like a distributor. They wonder, how do you help people? So let's take a minute, 30 seconds, whatever, and say, how can you change whatever this was over here into I help? I think you know already.
I am committed to helping people achieve their personal and professional success. I empower them to become their best.
Cool, but that has nothing to do with me.
So I'm going to help you achieve your personal and professional success.
Well, tell me, so what do you do?
Coaching, personal growth retreats, business reshaping, leadership development training.
Cool. So tell me how you help people. I help. So just do this first. I help.
I help by quieting the chatter and asking questions to get you to determine what your mission, vision, and values are, and you can shape a life around those.
Cool. There you go.
I help people.
What do you do? Oh, there you go. Yeah. What do you do?
I help people save money on their essential services, things that they have to spend money on every day, and I also can show them how they can make money doing that same.
Who here wants to save some money? Anyone here wants to save some money? Who would like to save money?
Nice.
That I think that was beautiful. I help people save money. Okay, tell me more about that. Save money on stuff I'm gonna pay for anyway. Cool. So say that again. I help people do what? What's the first part?
Achieve their better health.
Achieve. Okay. So hold on a second. So number one was I'm a distributor for essential oils. I help people get better health. Which one are you more interested in?
Okay,
You might want to have a little more conversation with the second one. So that was beautiful. Same person, same thing. It's just a little bit different verbiage. Because when we talk to these folks, and people are going to be, well, what's your company all about? I'm the largest Taekwondo organization in the entire world. Okay, that's nice. We want to make it relevant to them because, again, we're building relationships. Everything that we do is building a relationship. So we want to focus on how do you or how could you help them. So let's take this one out of our vocabulary. Now, again, this has its purpose. This is very powerful. And when we talk, for example, when we talk about identity statements, this is great. But when we're talking to someone in terms of a conversation, when we're talking about ourselves, this is super important. When we talk about other people, when we do I help. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Cool. So now that we've kind of clarified how you help people, what's your outcome for Opportunity Hall? What do you want from this event? And we actually might have a couple different ones because you're looking for potential clients and attendees to your events. You're looking for potential. You may be looking for clients too, but you may be looking for team members as well, right? So cool. So write down real quick. What is your outcome? Why are you doing this? You're spending some money to be at this. You're spending a day there. Why?
So I am looking for key business partners to help lead the expansion efforts of a global company in the Raleigh-Durham area.
Cool. So your end game is you want to find some people to help you grow your company.
And or would love to have, if people choose that's not the right fit for them, I would just love the opportunity to save them some money.
Yes. So primary. Which one's your primary?
Primary would be looking for key business partners.
Okay, this is important to know. Her primary is key business partners. Her secondary is
new customers.
And there's others. They can be brand awareness. They can be let people know about what's available. There's all kinds of strategic stuff. But primary, key players. Secondary, clients. Awesome.
I'm the same way. I want to share the opportunity with people to be the financial freedom of working with young
Awesome.
women.
So financial freedom, give them the opportunity to do that. Cool.
I'm looking for people who are looking for a better way to live, people who want to control their own income, people who want to control their own time, and people who want to improve and control their own health.
Cool. So you're looking for, it sounds like, can you tell me if this is right? Because you use the word control a lot. Which again, there's no judgment here. I'm just pointing out where you're looking. So you're going to be looking for someone who wants a lot of control.
Of their own
life.
Their own control.
They want to be independent. Yeah, they're going to be independent. They're going to be self-starters, most likely. They're going to be health conscious. Are they open to the idea of health? It's going to be good. Good, that's cool. Here's a few things that we want to understand. When we're at our booth, with the outcome of either clients, for many of us, or team members, for many of us, how are we going to interact with them? Here's all I want to point out, is that not everyone, we look at two different things. There's the product or the service, and then there's the business opportunity. Not everyone's looking for the product first, and not everyone's looking for the business opportunity first. So we need to be able to, even though it was from your own perspective, hey, I got on board because of this. Some people didn't get on board for that. For example, me personally, I would not be interested in a business opportunity conversation. I've had a bunch of people talk to me about that. However, I have jumped on board with the business opportunity. For me, it started with the product. It's a cool product. Oh yeah, oh, you can make some money doing it. Oh, that's really neat. So when people come to me, well, I've got this great opportunity to do da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, what is your service? Oh, we have this great business opportunity, blah, blah, blah. Some people are going to be like that. Other people are interested in the business opportunity. And they're not as interested in the product. They're like, oh yeah, I can save you some money and it's something I buy all the time. Yeah, tell me about that. So just be prepared to recognize you may need to talk about both. People don't buy, I better not say that. People don't buy stuff. You can guess what I was about to say. People don't buy stuff. Okay, my bad. People do sometimes buy things just to buy things. But I have a wife, she buys things sometimes just for the sake of buying things.
It's a hobby.
Yes. Yes. However, most people won't jump on board with your company, with your retreat or whatnot, unless they have a problem.
And you have the solution.
Right. But here's the problem with that. We don't know what the problem is all the time. So the first thing we need is find out, A, if they have a problem or not. And B, if we have the solution, if we can help them or not. So we need to have a conversation with them. So as we start off working with these folks when they come by, you can ask questions. For example, what are some of the questions that you ask your prospective team members to be able to qualify them, whether they're a good fit to work with your company or not?
I just sometimes ask them exactly what they are looking for. Just as simple as, to ask them an open-ended question and they'll...
Which one?
What are you looking for? What do you wish you could wave a magic wand and you'd have more of? Would it be time in your life? Would it be money? Would it be, tell me, what would, if you could change things and do something differently,
cool.
What would you do?
Can we role play a little bit?
Sure.
That sounds good. Okay, so I come up, I'm like, hey, can you tell me about your company?
So Alex, tell me what you're looking for. You came to the seminar today, and are you looking
I'm
for time?
out.
Are you looking for money?
Yeah, I was in corporate. I'm just I'm kind of tired of it. I think I'd like to do something on my own. I just don't know exactly what. Yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm meeting a lot of folks. Here's what I know. I don't want to be working for someone else forever because I'm pretty independent, and sometimes I don't get along with other children very well.
Okay. Well, and I can certainly appreciate that because I was, my background is pretty similar. I spent a lot of time in corporate America. And when I found this opportunity, I was looking at other options. I actually even started to look at a brick and mortar store and realized that I would have to spend a lot of investment, a lot of time and money up front, and before I even paid myself. So, I looked at this opportunity, and it made sense if I was gonna be a business owner, and the more I got involved in this opportunity, it made sense. This is a business. So if you treat this as your business, it will grow and it will take care of it, and of you. And you can accomplish any of the things that you want to accomplish, whether it's time freedom, whether it's money. It really depends on what your goals are.
So what did I say that was important to me?
You said what you weren't sure what you were looking
Yep.
for. But
I don't know what it looks like, but
you wanted to be your own boss.
Yeah, I wanted to be my own boss. That's perfect. So I would keep all the stuff based on I want to be my own boss.
Okay.
How can I get that? Because all the other stuff, I got a little lost there. Because you were on a roll
I
in the
started
beginning.
rambling.
I was on a roll. I was like,
I can
damn,
feel
this
it.
woman is
That's
good. And then I was like, huh? Wait, what? Huh? Wait a second. Like the story was great. You bring it back to you.
Well, I was
and
trying
then-
to relate, and then I
well,
got
no, you were relating. You definitely were relating. It's just it got a bit off track.
Yeah.
Because remember, sometimes we're like, hey, okay, who here has a vacuum at home? Anyone have a Dyson? You guys have a Dyson? Okay,
I have a Dyson.
I got a badass Dyson. And they're talking about the Dysons, and they're like, oh yeah, well, and the Dysons are great because, they never lose suction, and they've got this, and they got this attachment, that attachment, and you're like, oh my god, this is so cool. And they come in great parts, and this one is purple, and I'm like, oh, I really hate purple. Because when you start to, sometimes when we make a big deal about something that we feel is a benefit, it may not necessarily be a benefit to them. So we need to just focus on theirs. So you were really spot on in the beginning, and then you lost me a little bit there. So just bring it back, because you listened, she heard, what do I want? I want to be my own boss. I think we can do that. Would you like to, I did that too. I was in a very similar situation. The opportunity we have, the company we have is great. Would you like to hear more about it? Yeah, actually I would, if I can be my own boss. Yeah, okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, so we want to ask a lot of questions to find out what their problem is. Do they have a problem with health? You can even ask leading questions like, well, do you ever have trouble sleeping? Does anyone here never have trouble sleeping? Anyone here? You never have trouble sleeping?
All right, you just ask women that for real?
I can almost raise my hand.
I've never been a woman.
Believe it or not.
There are a few people that.
Like you've never had trouble, or you've never had an itch, or you've never had a bee sting. Like
Exactly.
I've seen someone like got a bee sting, they put it on. Who's never had a bee sting? Okay, and so you ask questions like that. Hey, I don't know. Have you ever had a bug bite?
Who doesn't use air fresheners
Do
or candles or?
you take any prescription medicines?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people say yes, especially the demographic that's coming to this. They're gonna say, yeah, I take prescription meds. How do you like doing that? I don't know. Would you like natural? Because especially today, a lot more people are becoming more aware of chemicals and pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. So cool. Let's get to you. So you're looking for people. So what's the problem again that they're gonna have? That you might have a solution for, or what's the type of problem that you know you can fix? And don't say all of them, because
No, I don't
those are
do
very
all
hard.
of them.
Good.
I'm very focused to, when people built a life on other people's values and missions, and they did what other people thought that they should do, and not necessarily what their own inner voice said that they should do.
So they are what?
So they're probably living a life living a career that they're not satisfied with. Because I believe that when your mission, vision, and values line up and you act in accordance, that is true success.
This may be a very, very good demographic for you, because this is going to be a hall full of opportunity. It's going to be full of people who are dissatisfied with what they're doing.
Right. Or
And,
they wouldn't be happy.
and oftentimes,
Uh-huh.
it's because they're doing something that they've done for years, and they were led to do, and they were led to believe that this is going to be great, but they're just not interested in it
Wasn't
anymore.
what they were meant
It wasn't
to do.
what they were meant to do, so this could be really, really awesome for you. Could be really awesome. Cool. So, when we work with, when these people come up, we're going to ask them some questions. Find out more about them and what they do, and find out if they have a problem. Because again, if they don't have a problem, you'll spend a whole lot of time trying to find out if they have a problem or not, if they can't tell you. But we do know that they all have one. They are at this event because something is missing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be there. They're mostly transitioning out. They're going from corporate to independent business. They want, it might be more control, it might be more health, it might be they're not doing what they love. I don't know. We're going to have to find that out. But you know, each of you, kind of, who's the kind of person that I want to work with. Do any of you are really active with your team? And you guys have a team that like is pretty active, like, and they get together a lot and they're on calls and stuff? Because I know there's some companies that do that.
We do.
You're probably going to want to find people that want to be part of a team. Whereas for you, I don't know, you said you want someone who's really, really independent.
Well,
They may not necessarily
I
want
don't
that.
necessarily want to be part of the team.
They may want to be, you know, a bunch of independent, like, have a peer group of other independent people that they get to work with that are in the same field. You know, in kind of doing,
That's cool.
you know, working with health. But for you, they're like, yeah, I want to be a part of this cool team. I want to do something. So it's actually kind of interesting the way that you're sitting right now, because that's kind of like, you're looking at these kind of people over here that, you know, you guys might be looking for a very, very similar demographic. These people that are like, we're tired of working corporate, we want something more. But I may still want to be a part of a team. You'll probably want more self-starters. Independent. Not to say that you don't have self-starters, that you don't have people on the team, but just, again, I thought it was interesting the way you're sitting. So cool. So as people come up to you, or actually, as people are shuffling by, one of the things we may want to do is, let's look at the logistics real quick, and then we'll talk about how we can interact. So let's say this is your booth space. They will normally be set up with a booth over, in fact, I'll just do it this way. Oh yeah, you can't see outside.
Okay. You can sit closer.
When you get to the, this is your thing. Who's been to a trade show before? You guys have done trade shows? You get there and they've got the thing, and then they give you the booth like that, the thing there, and then your two chairs right there, right? This is like the absolute worst way to run a booth.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it doesn't invite people in.
Number one, it doesn't invite people in. Number two, you got this big giant wall, like pretty much in between you. So like it's like me trying to have a conversation with you here, and I can't even get any closer. Okay. And then sometimes people have their stuff, and that's totally cool. I see this when I go to like health fairs, expos, chamber stuff. The people, and when the cool thing was, since I've been consulting, I don't run the booths as much as I help my clients with them, and I get to walk around to the other booths and see what's going on. And the people who do have success, or do have people coming into their space, are the ones that it's more welcoming. So here's the border of your booth here. Go ahead and just stick your table back there, and so people can actually walk in. And we want to make it inviting, so there's nothing like there. Maybe you have like a little table or something like that. I don't know what kind of budgets you're on. If you're on a really tight budget, the truth is this. You don't need really nothing but you. And you'll be okay if you talk to people. If you talk to people and you share with them your magic, and you share them what you do in the transformation that you're able to help other people with, that's gonna be enough. Now, we can make it easier by making it a little more welcoming. You guys, I love this store, by the way. Oh, are we all local? Raleigh area? A&B Fixtures. Oops. It's right up, you go to Capitol, and instead of turning, is Capitol? Instead of turning left, you turn right like you're going downtown, and it's going to be right there on the left. And it's this like used fixture store that has all kinds of really cool stuff, and you can get like a little, I actually had a coaching booth one time, and I bought this like little round table off of Craigslist, and I got these cute little stools here. And so instead of having, I don't even know if I used this thing, the table that they gave me. You get a little round table. I think I got it on Craigslist for like 10 bucks. I went online and bought a tablecloth, like a real nice one for a few dollars. I got these little like short stools so that I'd actually get to chat with people. If you want to fancy it up, you can go, I love Craigslist. When I ran these booths, I had some really cool looking booths, and I got some, they have this, it's like a curved wall. So it's got these panels, you've probably seen them, they're like felt, or you can put Velcro on them. And then if you buy them from like super decked out, it's got your logo, they're usually about $2,000. You can get a plain one on Craigslist. One of my clients got one for 150 bucks. Usually around here I've seen them anywhere from 300 to 500. And it's like 10 foot, you can put all kinds of stuff in it. It just gives it a cool little feeling. Put something on the ground. You can buy a thing of laminate flooring from Ollie's. And that you snap it together, like literally you can put a whole floor together in like 5 minutes. I think they're like 10 bucks. Make it look nice, because especially, say again?
Throw a rug down?
Throw a rug down is perfect. In fact, in the listing it said, do you want to make sure you're wearing like nice professional shoes? If we're on concrete, it's really gonna suck. So get a rug, get a throw rug, get an area rug, something like that. Get some of that laminate, whatever it is. It's perfectly fine.
In the McKimmon Center.
It's carpeted.
It's carpeted.
Was carpeted there?
We're good, yeah.
Yeah, it's better than the other.
Awesome. Awesome. But by the way, what gender is your target market? You guys tell me. I'm a badass guy. Oops, I said a bad word. You can edit that out. If you come up to my booth and here I am and I'm just a dude standing there with a little table with some cards, are you gonna get interested in really talking to me? I mean, maybe. But if I had a booth that was really nice and had laminate flooring and a little curved wall and a little plant there and some nice things here and it looked really nice and smelled good because I used some essential oils or something and a little aerator thing, would you be more likely to come to a crazy Asian guy standing by himself there, or a nicer looking booth? What else could bring people over? Yeah.
A comfortable couch, if they're tired, they could come and sit.
Look, if they had these couches here, wouldn't you be like, hey, this is kind of neat? You can rent them if you have a truck or something like that. You can bring one from your house. You can get on A and B. That's totally cool. All right, that's a great idea. What else? What else?
Cornhole. I'm just saying, cornhole. A game?
Yeah, a game, something like that. That's pretty cool. No, I'm serious.
I know.
I think that's great. You know what's even better? If you can tie in some sort of game with your theme. I'm probably at least going to talk to you a little bit. I'll get this. You know, you give first, and then they're at least going to give you the time of day. It will not happen, it will not matter if I can't remember who you are. So what's the most important thing is when you have a conversation with them, you make an impact on them, they remember you, and then they're like, oh yeah, here's your phone.
My company has this great app, which if you just put their email address in, it automatically sends them a welcome thank you for your interest in USANA. That just automatically goes to them, and then once a month or so, it sends them an informative email.
That they hit delete on? Because they get
can
100 of
unsubscribe if they want to, but
I get a lot of those.
you get a lot of those.
Yeah. Talk to people, you make a bigger impact. I promise you. Because I don't know how many freaking things I've subscribed to and unsubscribed to, but I remember the people I talk to. If not their names, I remember like the impact. So that's gonna be so important, especially with the kind of things we're talking about. You know, they're not gonna care about the name of your company or your place or whatever. They're gonna remember that's the person I talked to at the Rise Above event. Let me find her card or something like that.
Well, what I was suggesting is after that conversation.
Yes, follow up. The only purpose of a flyer is for them to give you something to contact you back at. All right, so let's go back to that booth one more time real quick. So we're here. You got your kind of table and info here. You got your cool stuff. I have a round table there. You're like, take this one and put it back. Tablecloths are always nice. And I do believe we have, you do not, I know that for certain because I saw it in the notes, you do not have the back curtain for your booth. So if you want a banner or anything, let me just tell you, the best way and the most economical way? So you can get these fitted tablecloths, right? And put your logo and stuff. Screw that. Because when you go to these things, you don't know if you've got a 6-foot table, an 8-foot table, 4-foot table, whatever, round table. You can buy a throw, whatever color you want, and just get your logo on there and get it like 3 foot, 4 foot. it will fit on every table, I promise you. So they give you a 8-foot skirted table, you put it right in the middle. They give you a 6-foot skirted table, you put it right in the middle. It works beautifully. And then it looks sharp.
I know some-
Because these fitted tablecloths are expensive. They're like, sometimes like $200. That thing, 30. And it looks just as nice or nicer. So, yeah, you want to have these kind of things. You can, if you go to A, you know those little flyer holders and stuff that they have at Office Max? Go to A&B, you'll get them for like a lot cheaper. Because they sell them unpackaged and stuff like that. And you can pick pretty much whatever you want. How many people are each of you bringing to your booth, by the way?
With a change in dates, so I'm not sure, it may be 4 of us in all.
Okay, cool.
Probably 1 to 2 at the most.
Okay, if you can get 2, get 2. Oh, 1 to 2 at a time, or?
1 to 2 at a time.
Okay, that should be fine. Here's what, that can be a long day. Luckily, it's only 1 day, but sometimes you do have to pee and stuff, so it's always nice to have someone else. It's always also good because sometimes you'll be talking with someone. If you can get the 2 is better.
Yeah.
You'll be talking with someone, and then someone else can be out here. I have someone post someone here, and then someone over here if they're talking with someone. Otherwise, have you both out here. Like I had a monobrow, unibrow. Yeah. May I make this recommendation too? And I can't tell you what to do right now because I don't know the traffic. If it's really, really busy, don't have too many long conversations. If it's really busy, set up appointments. You guys know the difference between lead, appointment, all that cool stuff? I'm just gonna give you my take. All right, so a lot of times we talk about getting leads, right? What's a lead? How to define a lead?
At least someone that you, well, I would think that you qualified to approach.
Yeah. So it's a contact info with qualification. This thing's about to fall over. It's contact info plus qualification. So that's what we want to do. So part of our job is to collect their info, but part of it is also to figure out, do I really want to work with this? Is it possible I want to work with this person or not? If they seem like a difficult person, and you really don't think that you want to talk to them, I wouldn't even bother calling them, unless you're like bottom of the barrel. I'm like, I need someone really bad. I wouldn't even bother. So we talk about leads, but here's the problem with a lot of people just go for leads. Then on Monday, you got to go and you got to call all these friggin' people to set up an appointment to talk with them. Now, going from here to here, you might get, let's say you got, I don't know, 20. Oftentimes, you're going to get like 30. It's just crazy because people don't always pick up their phones, they don't answer the emails, they're just busy. It's not that they don't like you, they just get busy. So, and then you call them to set an appointment, and usually you can, from these guys, you can get 2 to 3 of them, or maybe 1 to 2 of them. So why don't we just skip this whole thing right here, and let's go ahead and go straight for the appointment. If they're interested, hey, open up your calendar. Who's got a phone on them right now? Show me here real quick. You got a phone? You got a phone? Cool. Open the calendar part. Awesome. Guess what? Everyone else in the world that's going to be coming to this thing can do the same thing.
Yeah.
Everyone, if they say, well, I can't, I got to check my calendar. They're just not, they're just too nice to say I'm not interested.
Right.
If they can't set an appointment with you, even that week or the next week, everyone's got a phone, they're just not that interested. So just be like, hey, no problem, be nice. No problem, I'll call you next week. Don't expect to ever talk to them ever again. That's just normal.
Yeah.
But if someone really does want to talk, hey, what, are you around next week? Yeah, well, why don't we have an in-depth chat next week? Well, can we talk now? It depends. If it's not very busy, would you be open to talking to someone right then and there? About,
It's not very busy.
yeah, if it's not busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If it's not busy. But especially if you're by yourself, you're probably not going to want to talk to anyone right then and there. But I'd go straight for the appointment. Hey, easiest thing too, you guys can just go on, if you use Microsoft Outlook, or just Google Calendar or whatever. And I just, I wish I had brought some of this stuff. Like literally just using yesterday. You can just print out a week calendar. You know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and just put the time, and then you just highlight them. Be like, okay, every 90 minutes. And just highlight them. You write their name, phone number, email address in there too. And then you guys, let them put it in their phone. You write it out because you might have to go more quickly, which is perfectly fine. So yeah, goal, set appointments, have conversations with these guys. By the way, any other questions about at the event? Because at the event's good, but again, the main point, do something, bring them in, set appointments. Now this is super important too, which is our follow-up. So post-event. I hope you can translate whatever I'm writing here. Looks like hieroglyphics. I'd recommend this. You guys all have email programs? iContact is good. So I'm talking about email programs here because instead of like Microsoft Outlook or Gmail where you type one at a time, like you can have a list. So you enter all the emails that you got that day and you can send everyone one together. And then you can send like a blast like, hey, we're having this open house at our office. Come out, would you like to come? And you can just keep sending them stuff. Things like that. But Icon is good. I like MailChimp because they have a couple different ways that you can buy. You can get either like packages of like 300 emails and you only pay once if you don't have the big list, or you can do monthly.
There's a free one too.
Yep. The free one doesn't have autoresponders, but they've got like, you can have 2,000 contacts and something like 12,000 emails a month for free, which is neat. So if you just if you're just doing what we call broadcast, is good. For most of what we're talking about, iContact, MailChimp, Aweber has been the standard in internet marketing. I'm not a huge fan of them.
People dropping away from that like mad.
Well, it's because they were so big for a long time. They just have a lot of spam reports because people have used it and they were the first one on the scene. That's why. So iContact and MailChimp are really good. Either one of those, and like she said, we got a free one. Can't beat free, and it's not like a bad free. It's
good. We use it
really
for our women
good.
networking group.
Yeah. So MailChimp is great. You're gonna want to email everyone that day. That day. Statistics say that like if you touch back someone like a few minutes after you talk to them, they're more likely to remember you, and that's cool and all. But then you can do that with. You can have like an iPad and have them put them. I don't do that because it takes too long. So what I'll do is I'll collect the emails on just a normal sheet of paper. But then that night, like as soon as you get home, so it's going to take like an hour to finish up. But send them a little, put all the contacts in. And then you write one email and hit send and say, hey, it was so great to meet you at Opportunity Hall today. I'm really looking forward to chatting with you in the next couple weeks. Or it was really nice to meet you at the Rise Above tour again. And then you can segment it too. So you're going to have some people that like, they set a time to talk with you, and then some people who didn't set a time to talk with you. So you can like send one email to one group and one email to the other group. I did this last night. Hey, we're looking forward to seeing you at the pizza party that's happening right now. Actually, they're almost done. We're looking forward to seeing you at the pizza party at 5:45. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. And then the others, it's like, hey, so nice to meet you tonight. I bet you're wondering who won the drawing. I forgot to talk about the drawing. Would you like to come to the pizza party tomorrow night? So pretty simple stuff. Send one email to each group. And then just use that to touch base. Again, that's the 21st. I know that the timing of this is actually quite tough. Here's going to be super important. Email them again Monday.
That's Monday before Thanksgiving. You went and waited a week?
Because they won't remember who you are. This is not necessarily to set anything up. This is to make sure they don't forget who the heck you are. Thanksgiving, Black Friday, dealing with a bunch of crap over Thanksgiving weekend, traveling, dealing with kids, and then they're like, what was I doing last week? We got to remind them. You got 48 hours. Anytime we do something like this, we gotta, our first contact has got to be within 48 hours. And then, the next week. In fact, your email might say, hey, just want to say it was great to meet you. I look forward to to working with you. It's a crazy. Go and tell. I know it's a super crazy week with Thanksgiving and all, but why don't we do this? Why don't we chat next week, or I'll email you next week? Is that okay? Let's go from there and set them up, saying, "Hey, I will email you. I know it's really busy. I will email you again next week." Because it lights it up. Like, oh, who's that person? Oh yeah, I met her the other day. Because you'll remember someone you met 2 days ago. You might not remember someone you met a week ago, because you've met a lot of people since then. And especially with the holidays, they're just going to forget.
And if you have an autoresponder, this is easy, because you can have this all set up ahead of time.
That's right.
And then you just go in and put the contacts in.
That's right.
Click go and.
So that you don't forget. Now, let me give one thing that I would do with those, with autoresponders, is always ask a question that requires an answer. I'll tell you the exact one I did earlier today. So I was confirming people for our client for a pizza party. And it was from myself. Where did it go? Hi, Alex here from Vision Martial Arts. The pizza party and trial class is tonight at 5:30. Here's the map link. And then I ask a question. Will you be able to make it? Which requires what? A response. I don't care if they say yes or no. I just need to know either way. If in the past I would do things like, in fact, let me find one. Aha, here's one that did not work so well. I was testing this I was using this same program but for someone else. Hi, this is Gina at Vision Martial Arts. We will see you a little before 6 p.m. for the pizza party. Directions. There's no response. No response required. Or even some of the soft things like, let me know if you have any questions. How about this? Do you have any questions? They say, and psychologically, you always answer. For example, do you like pickles? You may not say anything to me, but you answered it inside your head. And oftentimes when we ask a question, we are compelled to answer. Right? Right? For example, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
She just answered the question. We're conditioned to answer questions. We're compelled. We're like, sometimes, okay, do not answer, okay? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite color? No, seriously, what's your favorite color? And she's like, I just want to say green or whatever she said. So let's use that. Just finish your email with a question. Be like, hey, what's your favorite color? Hey, can I call you next week? So on Monday, I know it's really busy. Would it be okay if I called you next week? And guess what? If they say no, awesome. We don't have to worry about them anymore. Make sense? I forgot one thing which was kind of important at the earlier one, which is drawing. This is for leads. Although we do want appointments, we do want to also have leads, a way to collect some leads. I did do a giveaway. And probably a cool giveaway would be something like your product, like some sampler or whatever. We want to do a giveaway that's actually relevant to what you do. In the past, I would give really cool stuff away. Like I give away an iPad. And I got a lot of people to enter to win the iPad. But very few of them were interested in karate. They were interested in the iPad. So you want to, for our businesses, for example, you might want to give away, I don't know, a couple of, have you written a book?
No.
Okay. Do you have some sort of cool coaching package you can give away, like a couple sessions or something?
Yes.
Yeah, you could give away a coaching package, that's worth like $500, and try to win a coaching package. Because if someone says, yeah, I'm interested in actually entering to win a coaching package, they might actually be interested in, I don't know, coaching. So anything you want to give away, get a fishbowl. Here, you could go to PetSmart and get them for like $1.50. Or the crappy little fishbowl. Or do this. Spend, I think it's $13. Big, giant fishbowl. That's a glass you can get at Walmart or Michael's. And then instead of having the drawing slips like this, put them on like quarter sheet paper. And just make it big. Keep in mind, some of our target market, they don't see too good, so make it big. I mean, I'm serious. I didn't get this before I turned however old I am now. I think I was 30 when I started figuring it out. And I was like, no, everyone should write on this little thing. No big, and the print is like, 6 points.
Read their
And then you can't read anything. You're like trying to email them. It's like, is that what does that say? So make it big so they can print clearly, and real big, make it easy. Besides, when they got these big giant things, it makes it look more full, which is cool. And then people want to enter. And then you can just get a little sign that enter to win, whatever. You get a little plastic thing from A&B. That's good for leads. So you just say, hey, you want to enter to win this. Whatever your product is would be really, really cool. We'll figure something out for you. And then you go in and talk to them about the business and whatnot. Well, I tell you what. Why don't we wrap it up? Are there any questions?
No, you did a great job. Thank you.
You did, that was very informative.
So, again, find me on Facebook if you like. Again, I wish I was there with you guys. I just can't be that day.